Want to connect your notes together in Obsidian? In this video, I'll show you how note linking works using a simple example, and we'll build several links together from scratch. For this demonstration, I have a small vault for planning a trip to Prague. I have separate notes for places like Prague Castle, Old Town, and Charles Bridge, as well as notes for things like flights and packing. Right now, these are just separate notes. Let's connect them. I'll start with my Prague trip note. Here I have a list of the places I want to visit, but the names are currently just regular text. To turn one of them into a link, place your cursor where you want the link and type 2 opening square brackets. For example, I'll type 2 opening brackets, Prague Castle, and Obsidian will show matching notes from my vault. I can select Prague Castle from the list and the text becomes a clickable link. Now when I click that link, Obsidian takes me directly to the Prague Castle note. I'll do the same thing for Old Town and Charles Bridge. Now my main trip note is connected to all 3 of these separate notes. This is where linking becomes really useful. Instead of putting every detail about Prague Castle inside my main trip note, I can keep that information in its own note and simply connect the two. Before we continue, there's one setting worth knowing about if you're going to use a lot of links in Obsidian. Go to Settings, then Files and Links, and look for Automatically Update Internal Links. When this is enabled, Obsidian automatically updates links when you rename or move a note. For example, if I have a link to Prague Castle and later rename that note, Obsidian can update the existing links for me instead of leaving me with broken links. I recommend keeping this option enabled, especially if you're building a larger vault with lots of connected notes. Now let's continue with another useful way to create links, especially when you already have the text written. Let's say I already have the words Prague Castle in my note, along with some other text after them. If I simply place my cursor before the words and type 2 opening square brackets, Obsidian can treat the following text as part of the link, which isn't what we want. Instead, highlight the text you want to turn into a link. In this case, I'll highlight Prague Castle, right-click it, and choose Add Link. Obsidian will then show me the notes available in my vault. I can select Prague Castle and the existing text is converted into a clickable link. This is especially convenient when you're writing normally and decide afterward that a particular word or phrase should point to another note. And these notes don't have to be in the same folder. For example, I'll open Flights and Transport, which is inside my travel folder. Here I have a sentence mentioning the places I want to visit. I can highlight the names and turn them into links using the same method. So now this note is also connected to Old Town, Charles Bridge, and Prague Castle, even though those notes are stored somewhere else in the vault. There's another useful trick you can use when working with links. Let's say I want to create a note called Weekend Itinerary, but I haven't created that note yet. I can simply type 2 opening brackets, Weekend Itinerary, 2 closing brackets. Obsidian recognizes that this note doesn't exist yet, but it still creates the link. I can then select the option or just click it to create the new note. Now I have a brand new note, and because I created it from a link, it's already connected to the rest of my vault. This gives you a much more flexible way of organizing information. Instead of putting everything into one large note, you can break your information into smaller notes and connect them whenever they are related. Once you start connecting your notes this way, your vault becomes much more than a collection of separate files. The notes start working together as a connected system. If you found this helpful, feel free to give the video a like and consider subscribing for more Obsidian tutorials coming soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.